Michael here in the Solano College TV studio. I'm joined by Brian and Kenneth, and we're in our podcast. We're going to be talking about hiking, camping, and fishing. For example, like our favorite places we've ever been hiking, or like our best moments that we've ever had while doing these activities. You want to start off talking about like our favorite places to go hiking?
Yeah, I like to hike at Pina Adobe in Vacaville, and then I like to hike in Rockville. I don't really go there as often because it's a bit further, but Pina Adobe is really nice. My brother's the park ranger there, so every once in a while, I'll catch him at work. He'll be going up and down the trails, ticketing people, doing, whatever he needs to do. Yeah. I've been going there since like elementary school. My oldest brother, that was something we always did, was he would come pick us up, after school. We'd go and hike. I can never keep up with them, they'd be jogging, running and stuff like that, and I'm like, it's too, my lungs ain't built for that yet. But we used to go quite a bit and have fun. My oldest brother, he moved to Florida, so he doesn't come out and, hike with us no more. My brother works there, so it's just whenever I go out, then it's like we get to hang out for a little bit and just, the tire swing up at the top. We like to play around on that quite a bit. It's kind of scary sometimes though, but I mean, I like the views. I like that there's not too much wildlife, like you're not gonna see too much.
Yeah, you see like some cows here and there, right?
Like, you'll see cows people own and stuff, but you're not gonna have no encounters with bears and stuff like that.
Yeah, because it's kind of it's more open, like space. Yeah, that's kind of my favorite place to kind of go to. It's local. You kind of it's like a cool view. You kind of see the whole. I forget what you could see from there, what city you see, but like, you could just look over and there's just a bunch of houses and everything. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, it's really.
You
nice.
go all the way to the to like the tower, like the electrical tower.
Yeah.
There's like another swing by there too, and it's like more longer. That's just cool. What about you? What do you like? Where do you like to go hiking?
I like to go hiking when I go camping.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we camp at Stony Gorge, and there's a group campsite that we get there, and we hike to the dam and hike all over and go boat across the lake and go put the boat on the shore and go hike over there.
So you kind of hike for like multiple days, right?
No, maybe day after day, but we'll hike to the dam and come back to camp.
Oh, okay.
And I like to hike at the ranch too. I have to hike at the ranch, hike all over the ranch, checking the fences and looking for cows.
You bring your dogs with you or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I do.
In the wintertime.
Oh, yeah, okay.
In the summertime, there's too many rattlesnakes.
Oh, yeah.
And they won't leave it alone, so I have to keep them down, locked up.
Locked up in the winter, it's fine.
In the winter, it's no problem.
That's what I always take my dogs like hiking. It's pretty cool, especially now because they're kind of like a little older. I think it's more important for them to get their like exercise in.
Yeah, my dogs. My dogs love to go hiking, and they love to go squirreling and.
Oh yeah, my dogs. Oh, anytime he sees a little animal, he tries to go after
you gotta
it.
You gotta keep squirrels in mind too.
Yeah, I love hiking.
When we go camping, we gotta keep them on a leash. Can't let them run.
Yeah.
Can't let them run chase anything.
You said you went to Rockville, huh? To go hiking. Yeah. I had like a funny encounter there too. Well, not really funny, now that I'm thinking about it, but I was hiking with my friend, and like he got lost, and like true story, they had to send a helicopter to come find him.
That's crazy.
He was hiking. And it was like pitch, because we went there like kind of planning to see, like we were just gonna go we were planning to go up, and then the sun was gonna come down, and we were just gonna head back down. But we were gonna go down before the sunset.
Yeah.
And because it was summer, and we weren't trying to go when it was like too hot. And yeah, he ended up, I don't know how he got lost, but yeah, he got lost.
Y'all were together though?
Yeah, and then he went off, and then I went off. Like we were like, oh, we'll just meet back up here right now. And then like bad idea, horrible idea.
That's where you messed up.
If you go hiking in the wilderness area, you're supposed to report with the ranger just in case that happens.
Oh yeah, just in case you never come back. Man, yeah.
Well, it's can't say it's never happened before.
Yeah. I think they also have. That's probably more like a legal reason too, because they have to. They're at fault if they kind of let you wander off and then you end up missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. In Rockville, once it was me and my brother, my oldest brother, and then my nephew. We had all went, and as you're pulling into the, like the parking lot, there's a sign that says, there's been a bobcat spotted like every day, this past week. Just be careful. And my brother, he doesn't go anywhere. We don't go hiking without a weapon. And so we got out the car. All we got is our water. He has his backpack, in his bag and stuff like that. And we're walking, and there's these two girls in front of us who like kind of turn a corner, and then you hear screaming, and they take off back towards us. So my brother's reaching in his bag. We're thinking, like something's about to happen, but they ran back screaming, and they got back to like where we were, and they kind of calmed down a little bit. And my brother's like, "What's going on?" And they were like, "It's over there." So like we're kind of walking over, to see what it is. It's like a little snake, like that big, that they saw, and they got scared of, and they took off running. But we're just like, we thought it was about to be something dangerous, but it was just a little harmless little snake. It was, I don't know. We kind of just walked off away from them at that point.
But even if I seen that, I would have probably gone, because I don't know anything really about. I don't know the different type of like species of snakes or anything like that. So
Yeah.
if I seen anything, I'd be running out of it.
Yeah, that's fair.
The only snake here is gonna hurt you, the rattlesnake.
Yeah, but still, if I see a snake, I'm running. I don't have to take no chances.
If you're good, you can catch those.
Uh huh.
If you're good, you can catch.
Oh
them.
yeah, some people like to catch. I know in Australia too, they be going hiking as well, and like actually,
Yeah.
that's like what they want to do for fun. Like they do that for fun. They go up hiking and whatever and catch snakes and everything. You ever seen those videos?
Yeah, I've seen some, but I wouldn't
Crazy.
do it.
Hell
I'm
no.
good. No, thank you.
Well, yeah, right. All right. Now that we've talked about hiking, you guys want to we could transition into like camping, because that's what you kind of naturally do when you go camping. You kind of naturally have to hike to your camping spot, right? Remember you told me that you went hiking and camping.
Yeah, I've been camping like my whole life, but it was never like camping. It was like you reserve a campground. They had
Yeah.
a fire pit and stuff like that. But the first time I went like adult camping, I guess you could say, it was just me, two of my uncles, my brothers, and I think my brother had brought his fiance and like his kids. But this was at Bowman Lake. I've only been there the one time. I might be going later this year, but we went, and you're literally out in the middle of nowhere. Like at night, there's almost no light pollution. You can see all types of stars. You can see satellites moving and stuff like that. And there was a huge like lake right next to us. So, we're just playing catch with the football and stuff. We didn't have, like, we were roughing it. Like, we didn't have, like set spots for stuff. It was just dirt and trees, so we kind of had to, make places for stuff,
Yeah.
but we ended up going off on a like 4 or 5 hour hike one day. We were climbing up this mountain to, get to a waterfall that we went to. I took so many pictures and videos and stuff because it was really, I don't know, like unless you're out there seeing it, like you can't really describe what it is. It's just, there's something so nice about it, and I was like, this is something I don't ever want to forget,
Just peaceful with nature, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. You
Yeah.
feel really grounded, when you're out there for like weeks at a time. It's really nice to be out there.
Yeah, especially with people you're around, like camping. It's kind of
Mhm.
fun. You like going camping as well, right?
Yeah, we like to go camping at Stony Gorge. We've been going there for the last 25 years, every year, group campsite. We make our reservations there at reservation.gov. They have, I don't know if they have all the campsites in California, but they got a lot of campsites in California. So you can make reservations in advance, sometimes up to a year in advance. And we like to get right there on the water. So we can get there, throw a line in while we go hiking. It's a group campsite. We had 100 people there. We had over 100 people there. Big bashes there. People coming and going hiking all day long. People fishing, going out boating all day long. It's been a part of our family
Like tradition.
Like
a tradition for the
Yeah.
last 25 years. For your family tradition with all our friends, co-workers, you know, everybody.
What do you usually do when you go camping?
Well, throw the line out, and then set up camp, and then get to the boat and get the boat in the water.
Yeah,
gotta get the
first
boat
you
in the
gotta
water.
throw the line out, huh?
Because if it's a 3-day weekend, you might be sitting in the boat launch for 40. You might be sitting in the boat launch for 2 hours trying to get your boat in the water. If you got some drunk dingling in front of you trying to put their boat on the trailer backwards, and you can't get back down to the trailer. It's just a bad day for them.
Mm-hmm.
But we just once that's over, you know, then we get in the water and just put over to the back of our campsite and load it up. And we go, you know, get out there and go water skiing and have a ball. And try not to get hurt. Safety first. We want to bring we want to bring everybody back. It's first things first. To get safe. We don't want anybody to get hurt. We don't want anybody to get hurt. Every 3-day weekend at Berryessa, the big red. It was a Reach, the big red life-saving helicopter has to come to Berryessa to take somebody to the hospital for some reason, whether they have drowned or
That happens
drunk
often
and
too,
hurt
huh?
or broken. Or somebody always has to get hurt.
Yeah, that happens often, right?
I'd say every 3-day weekend over the summer. Yeah.
Yeah. Happens
A lot of people they don't camp responsibly. You know, a lot of people don't know too much about camping and they just full send it.
A
You know?
lot of people they don't know anything about it. They should have stayed home. One year when the water was low, somebody jumped off the bridge and jumped in the water, and he didn't come back up. They found him; his feet were stuck in the mud.
Damn.
Oh,
Yeah, it was a bad weekend for him too.
Do you know how old he was? 'Cause he was younger, right?
I don't. That was a long time ago in the drought.
Probably got influenced
Oh,
or something.
yeah.
huh?
But you know, everybody goes. Well, they put barriers across the block on the bridge at Berryessa, so you can't go out there, and it's
Do
not
that
like
again.
it's not like it used to be. Yeah, when we were kids, there's just too many people. Yeah, because too many people got hurt. Too many people got hurt.
That's where I like going to camping as well, at Lake Berryessa. I go there with my family, and like you said, yeah, you got to throw the line out first and set up camp. And yeah, we like to like fish there, and you know, eat the fish that we catch. Usually eat like bluegills or whatever we catch there, catfish. Pretty cool.
yeah, no, I definitely. Camping is it's one of those things, you know, you never want to have to prep for it and go do it, you know, but when you finally do
Yeah.
set that time aside and you get out there, you know, you're like, I need to do this more often. You know, I feel like camping is, honestly, it's not underrated, you know, but I feel like people don't camp as much as they should,
Yeah.
you know, but it's also, like, some people do ruin it. Like he was saying, you know, when you get campsites with 100, 150 people, you know, like the amount of trash that gets left behind and stuff, you know, it's not the best, but I feel like as long as you're out taking care of, you know, yourself, doing what you're supposed to do, like, it can be a very, very good experience as long as you're safe, you know.
Yeah, I remember when I went camping one time, they have like it wasn't even like a big like we were just kind of going camping out for a day or two, but you know how they have like those little like you can make your own like your own barbecue. Kind of have like the little they
Yeah,
sit
the
them
little-
on the ground, yeah.
yeah.
And someone like I guess forgot to put their fire out, and it caused like a pretty big fire. They were able to contain it because I guess they had like a fire station nearby
Mhm.
in like Rio Vista, and bro, but like you could see so much smoke, and we smelt it, and then like there was trees kind of blocking our view from the right side of it, but like if you kind of went a little bit further into the water, you were able to see like all the smoke, and like they shut down like all over like everyone's stations for like the whole day just because of that one person that ruined
Yeah,
it.
that's,
One last detail before we move on. When we go camping, when we get camping or fishing, we like to check the water and see what the algae is like. So we don't want to go where there's algae bloom. So
Mhm.
there is a water resource. I think the California Water Resource has a website for the water conditions. We can check the water conditions, and maybe we don't want to go out where there's an algae bloom. If there's fishing, we don't want to go fishing through the algae.
Mm.
So that's we like to check that in advance before we go too, so we have an idea. At the end of summer, it gets worse. In the spring, it's not a problem, but at the end of summer, getting towards the end of summer, you just don't know. There's even there's even algae in the delta now,
Oh, yeah,
where there used to be. So
Okay. Yeah. So now that we've got done talking about camping, we could just kind of transition into fishing, and yeah, like naturally you go fishing while you're camping, like how you said you throw a line out
Oh,
first
yeah,
thing you
every
do when you
time.
go camping, right?
Every time I throw a line up while you're putting the tent up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Just while you're camping. What about like some favorite moments you've had, like fishing? You ever had some favorite like cool moments?
This one, it's not, it wasn't the best for me, but I remember me and my middle brother, I was maybe 4 at the time. My dad took us to the marina in Sassoon, and we were, just fishing there with little, like, cheap $10 poles. And I remember my dad had set his water bottle on the floor, and I still don't know to this day what happened, but I swore a fish bit the pole, So I ran over, and I like my foot launched his water bottle like into the delta, and he was like, that was the end of the fishing trip. Like he made us reel our stuff in, and he said we're going home. He was like, just it was a kind of a not like a valuable learning moment, but it was like you do have to pay attention to be careful, when you're fishing and stuff like that. I've had at the same marina when I was 15 or 16 at this point. This is right around COVID. Me and my brother had went up because they used to have a paddle boat that was sitting out there, and if you just drop a line off the dock, right behind the paddle boat, you catch all types of crappies and stuff like that. And I remember I dropped my pole down. I had caught one, and it was like pretty decent size. So I was like, oh, but I don't eat fish personally, so I didn't keep it, but I wanted to catch more because it's fun. So I had dropped my bait down, and I walked away for some reason. I think I was going to go grab a bag of chips or something. I don't know what I was doing, but my pole, like, it flew across the dock and went straight into the water. And I ran over and I tried to grab it, but I was, too late. So I lost my pole. I still don't know what kind of monster was on the end of it, but my brother ended up catching a pretty big catfish soon after that. So I'm assuming it was a catfish because they eat anything. And that's the only thing I could think of that was strong enough to do that. But yeah, I didn't buy another fishing pole for maybe 4 years.
I've only heard of that happening to my cousin where he was at it was like a small pond. It's kind of like by my house, and it's only carp that are in there. But yeah, he had his rod and he like laid it on the floor. Carp just took it in there, bro.
It's crazy how strong they are, and it comes out of nowhere.
Yeah. That little pond is also where I first like caught my first fish, and that's where I kind of fell in love with fishing. Like just random day, we were like, oh, we're gonna go to the park to play soccer, and my cousin and my brother like brought their fishing poles with them just because of that pond. And it's like it's a local place where people do go and catch fish. They don't eat them; they just release them back. But yeah, because it's kind of nasty.
Carp ain't good.
Yeah, and the water there is like all green. It's kind of nasty. But yeah, it's like, and then there's like a bunch of like poop from all the birds like all around.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's where I first caught my first fish. It was like a small one, but like I fell in love with it, and then ever since then I've been more going towards like Grizzly Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grizzly solid.
But for sure, my favorite moment was when I went to San Francisco one day with my friend, just like on a random day, early in the morning. We went to a pier. I forgot what pier it was called, but we caught like some jack smelt for bait, and then we went to a place called Tiburon or Tiburon. That's why it's like shark. That means shark in Spanish. And well, he was telling me Tiburon, and then I was like, oh, okay, we're going to Tiburon. But then I like searched up the name, and I'm like, oh, it means shark in Spanish. And crazy, like crazy enough, like I caught a shark that day, and a stingray, and it was my birthday that day. Yeah, and like that for sure was my favorite moment. That day, like ever since that day, like I've been trying to go back. I haven't went back yet to that place, but it's like the thrill of like catching something like huge, and then you bring it up.
About to be here. Maybe it's time soon.
I think my favorite fishing moment was my when my 4-year-old caught a 2-foot halibut, and he couldn't hold it up. I had to hold it up for a picture. It was almost as big as he was. But that would probably be that.
Where'd he catch it at?
Next to Alcatraz.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people
my best friend took us out there several times. One time he caught a halibut out there.
Yeah, that's where I usually go to catch halibut too. That's crazy. And you say your son did that?
Yeah,
that'd
yeah.
be crazy.
Yeah,
Seeing-
that was the only one on the boat that caught a fish, and he got a big old halibut.
And that felt good as like a dad, like just seeing
Yeah,
it
so I
good.
had to split it with my buddy. He cleaned it and gave him half of it.
It's cool seeing like people like not younger than you, but someone that's like not really into fishing, and then they catch their first fish. It's really
Yeah.
cool. I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
I brought my cousins with me, and they didn't really know how to fish, and like not really teaching them. Like well, I was kind of teaching them how to fish, and then like they ended up catching fish, and like just seeing like their faces when they're catching fish is cool. And now my cousin that I taught like kind of how to fish, now he's like he goes to San Francisco like every week. He's still in school, but he still goes like every week, every weekend, goes out there with his friends and just go. He's like the fisherman of the family now.
Yeah, and usually when you come back, the Department of Fish and Game will be
Oh,
sitting there waiting for you to see what you got in the ice chest, or see what you got see what you got on your string, see how many fish you got, make sure they're big enough. And if you don't know the rules or the limits or the sizes or anything, the Department of Fish and Game.gov has all the limits, regulations for you, so you can even check on your phone while you're out there and see if it's big enough to bring them back if you
Yeah.
don't know.
You say you don't eat fish too, right? Yeah,
No,
because
not really.
now like for sure like recently, not recently, but you know like they have a like high levels of mercury and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and like even on their website they probably have something like how many fish you could eat per day. I know they have that like when you're on like the piers or anything you're fishing.
I live in Vallejo, and there's a sign at the pier. Last time I was down there, I walking my dog, and I saw the sign out there, and don't eat any of these fish because they're poison.
Yeah, I know a study performed by the U.S. like Environmental Protection Agency. They did a study, and a lot of the patients that had like high levels of mercury were also like eating a lot of fish, and yeah, like, that's bad now. You can't really eat like all the fish that.
The mercury comes from the gold mines and silver mines back in the old days, in the gold rush. And Lake County, there's a lot of silver mines on the North Shore, and they used mercury in the old days, so there's a lot of mercury on the bottom of Clear Lake. So all the bottom feeders, you got to check. You're only supposed to eat so much catfish or bass, or you're only supposed to eat so much fish out of Clear Lake too, because it's mercury poison as well.
Bad now.
Yeah, I don't stay away from fish because of the. You know, I mean, I do eat fish a little bit, you know, mainly just the regular like salmon and stuff like that. But I remember the first time I had brought a fish home, and I ate it. It was not good. I had caught it was a bass, a striper. It was actually at Grizzly. It was maybe 20 inches long. Like it wasn't the biggest, you know, but it's still a pretty decent sized fish. I didn't know what I was doing. I got home and I watched a tutorial on how to, you know, get rid of it and then like fillet it and stuff like that. I did everything I was supposed to, but I don't think that's a good fish, honestly. No, yeah.
That's what I used to bring home. I brought like a big 32 incher to my dad, and it stayed in the freezer for like a month, and we never ate. We just threw it away, and then that's when I kind of stopped bringing fish, because we used to bring like a couple fishes, but they would always be in the freezer, and then I brought that one. Even that one stayed in the freezer, so I just stopped like catching. I just always release them at that point.
I ate like half of one of the fillets, you know, and then I put the other ones in the freezer because my brother, he said he would eat them, you know, and he never did because it's not good. So they've been in there.
Yeah, striper, I don't know. I don't really eat them like that no more.
No, never.
And the mussels are a problem too. If you don't know, the mussels will become a problem if you want to take your boat fishing with you. You have to get a special sticker in Lake County, and you have to get that the day before if you want to go to the tournament and put your boat in the water at 5 o'clock in the morning and start fishing. You have to go up there the day before and get that sticker now, which is going to be an inconvenience. And in Lake Berryessa, you have to get a seal and keep your boat out of the water for 30 days before you go to Berryessa. So if you want to go to Berryessa, you can't go anywhere. You can't go anywhere before that for 30 days.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
Well, because the mussel, they don't want to transmit the mussels from lake to lake to lake.
Yeah.
So
That's fair.
they're
That's true, yeah.
they're getting worse and worse and worse.
They're like
So-
invasive or something.
Yeah. So don't think you're gonna go to Clear Lake and put your boat in the water tomorrow. $1,000 fine. You have to wait till the bait store opens to get a sticker to put on your boat.
Damn. All right. Well, that was the end of our podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. And I was your moderator, Michael. I was joined by Kenneth and Brian, and hopefully we inspired you to go out there, go fishing, camping, hiking, whatever, or do any outside activity. And that was it. Thank you guys for watching.
When I'm not here, I'm here.
And when I'm not here, I'm here.